the camera, okay, I get so excited. I get so excited. Well, when I start the camera and I'm doing the live, like I get extremely, extremely excited. It's just like this feeling like, like a little kid when you was a little kid and you probably going to the candy store or whatever, and it's like you are, I don't want to say overwhelmed with excitement, but it's like you so excited. Okay. So, all right. So I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, do understand and get your day is going to get better once your perception gets better, honey. Okay. Okay. Our perception. Okay. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Dina Bryant. I do these inspirational videos just so we can change our mindset, shift our energy, and receive what we truly desire. Okay? All right. So, I know today I was supposed to do a video of Trader Joe's haul, but it is raining outside. It's been raining practically all day. If it clears up probably later on tonight, I'll probably go, depending on if I'm in a mood tonight. And yeah, so we'll just play it by ear. Okay? So, reason why I wanted to come on here. And you know what I love? I absolutely love you guys. Okay? I love you guys. I am so grateful and appreciative for your support. I am so grateful and appreciative for you guys watching the videos, giving my videos a thumbs up. Okay? I am so grateful for each and every one of you guys. Okay? And we almost monetized. I am extremely excited, and I'm gonna keep doing the videos. One, because I know you have potential in you, friend. I know that you can do more, be more, and have more. Okay? I know that you have what it takes to become the person that you truly desire to be. I know that you deserve the relationships that you say you desire, the finances that you are going to have. You deserve that. And all the abundance that life has to offer. You deserve it. And I will keep on doing these videos because if I can change my life, I know you are able to change yours. Okay? Hey, Rodriguez, PC, baby, PC. I don't know how to pronounce your first name, honey, but I appreciate you for being here. Okay? Um, I appreciate that. So I know that you have more in you, okay? And so I'm extremely excited because on TikTok, some of you guys have been asking for the books that I have been reading, okay? And it really shows that people really want better. Okay? It really shows that people want better. And this is the thing about life, right? When one of us start doing the work on ourselves and we start giving our gift, right? It can be personal, it can be speaking, it can be, you are author, it can be you're artist. When you start giving your gift, right? It is like a candle, okay? Like when one flame is lit, you you are able to light other flames, okay? And that's really what my journey is about. Me doing the videos, okay? First of all, I'm really passionate about what I do, okay? I love what I do. I absolutely love it. I love to be able to know I am the creator of my reality. I love to be able to know that there's people in this world that know they can have better, know they can do better, and know that they can be better. I am extremely excited to be on this journey, okay? And so we're going to shift our mindset, okay, friend? All right? So the books I am reading right now I have on my bag Psycho-Cybernetics. I had just got finished reading the chapter that I've been reading for a few weeks now, okay? And the reason being because this is the thing about life, okay? Repetition is very, very important, okay? Very, hey, Juan, peace to you, baby, peace to you, peace to you. Oh, you from Argentina? Okay. All right, Argentina in here, okay? This is the thing that you have to understand. To learn or to reprogram, to unlearn, to relearn, repetition is key. Okay? It's not about you. You know, like when we was in school and you hurry up and finish the test so you could be the first one done. This is your life. Okay? And it's not you read the book one time and then just say, oh, well, I'm done with the book. No, you have to keep reading it, reading it, okay, re-listening to it in order for it to start sinking in. Okay? I remember I heard Zig Ziglar say, I think he said you have to listen to something at least 7 or 16 times for you to be able to fully get it. Okay? All right? Because you got to understand we've been programmed. So you have to keep on listening, keep on reading it. And that's why the book says read this book, well, this chapter 3 times for the first 21 days. Read this chapter 3 times. Okay? 3 times per week. All right? And so if you just the type of person, and I get it, right? Because we know with the short form videos, right, less than a minute, okay, that makes you believe that, oh, even with success or whatever it is, you think that it's going to happen overnight. No, I am here to tell you it is not going to happen overnight, okay? But if you be patient and if you work harder on yourself than anything outside your existence, I guarantee you, you will have it. I guarantee you will have it. It's just a matter of time. I guarantee you. Okay? All right. So, imagination, the first key to your success mechanism. Okay? Now, this is the the third chapter of Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Okay? Maxwell Maltz, he was a MD. He was a surgeon. Okay? And he noticed that we have two images of ourselves. Okay? We have the outer image and we have the image within. Okay? So what Maxwell Maltz noticed, he said, it would be people who would come to his office to get surgery done. Perhaps they didn't like their ears. They may not have like they nose, or, they may not like whatever it was. And he noticed with some people, he could do the procedure and they would feel absolutely beautiful after the procedure was done. But then it was others he would do the procedure on. Perhaps he may fix their ears. They still would think that they was ugly. And so he noticed that we really have two images, okay? The image that you project out into the world, the image that you try to give. Some people may say, you try to hide your shadow side, but it's the image that you try to put out into the world. Like you're so confident, you're so beautiful and everything like that. But behind closed doors, you have a low self-esteem going on with yourself. Okay? You dress up to cover up your self-esteem and how you really feel about yourself. Okay? All right, so it says imagination, the first key to your success mechanism. Imagination plays a far more important role in our lives than most of us realize. I have seen this demonstrated many times in my practice. A practically memorable instance of this fact concerned a patient who was literally forced to visit my office by his family. He was a man of about 40, unmarried, who held down a routine job during the day and kept to himself in his room. When the workday was over, never going anywhere, never doing anything, he had many such jobs and never seemed able to stay with any of them for any great length of time. See, sometimes we say, Well, I go in and out of relationships because, it's all these other people. It's all the exes. It's not all of them. Is in fact, it's not them, it's you. It's you. And the reason I say is you is because you attracted them. You attracted all those exes. And so if you keep on saying it's because of them, they the ones that's doing this to me, it's not because of them, it's because of you. But not until you start taking accountability. Let me tell you something. All my exes, I absolutely love them. Okay? I have love for them. I wish the best for them. I want them to win in life. Okay? I believe in them. All right? If I went around and saying it's all my ex's fault for me being in a relationship with them, one, to me that sound very immature. It's your fault while I was in a relationship with you. What? That don't even sound right, okay? When I start taking accountability and start looking at how I was showing up, okay? Oh, you was showing up thinking you wasn't good enough. You was showing up thinking because you had children you couldn't get somebody decent. You was showing up because you do it, the whatever it was, okay? You was showing up in that relationship like that. You had a self-image of yourself that was poor. Okay? You had a poor self-image. We had to start telling the truth and being held accountable. And you can hold yourself accountable. But not until you start telling the truth about how you've been showing up and how you attracted this job, how you attracted this apartment, how you attracted these people into your lives, into your life, not until you start getting better. See, a lot of times we tend to want the reflection in the mirror to smile without us smiling. Meaning that we tend to want the outside world to change without us changing who we are. And that's not how this here thing works. It works just like this. If you do not change who you are, honey, I can guarantee you, and I don't even know most of you guys, some of you guys are on here, okay? But I can guarantee you your life is going to be the same like next year. I could guarantee you that. And I ain't no goddamn psychic. Okay, now we all have psychic abilities. But I can guarantee you your life is going to be the same just like next year. The way it is now is going to be the same way just next year. The reason being, if you're not changing, it shall not change. And you can't catfish the universe. So if you like, well, I'm going to dress it up. I'm going to act like it is. Okay? I'm going to tell you guys a story. I was working out, doing I'm always active, okay? And I was working out and changing my mindset and everything like that. And one of the things, it was an ex that, used to come by. And what I would do was every time he came around, I would get dressed up, right? I would put on the flyers of the fly clothes I have, okay? And I would get dressed up to impress him or to impress him and to let him know, oh, look, I don't need you, right? And then what happened was because it wasn't genuine, okay? Because it was not genuine. When he started giving me attention, okay, I started falling. Okay, I start falling, meaning that when he would come around, he gave me a little attention. I started going right back to him. We're having sex with him again and all these different things, right? Because it wasn't genuine. This is how you know if it's genuine. Okay, when your ex-husband come around, whomever, your ex-wife comes around to pick the children up or whomever. You know it's genuine when you're not in a rush to go put some new clothes on, okay? You just you show up the way as if as if they wasn't coming. Now, if you was going out already, of course, there's something completely different. But I'm talking about they coming, honey. You getting macked out. Okay, you putting the makeup on. You putting the clothes on. Okay, you doing all this extra stuff. Okay, that's trying to catfish it. Okay. And oftentimes you'll wind up right back where you begun because it wasn't genuine from the get go. Okay, from the jump. Okay. All right. So you have to do different. And a way to do different is to focus on yourself. Oh, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Let me tell you something. When you focus on yourself, okay? When you start focusing on yourself, life becomes so amazing because now you see that you are creating this, okay? And you are truly an alchemist. So whatever it is that you desire, honey, you can have it. Okay? That's one. Then two, when you focus on yourself, you're not so you're not clingy. You just roll with the flow. You just go with the punches, okay? Focus on yourself. Don't focus on that person. Don't focus so much on that job. Focus on yourself. How could I become a better version of myself? Honey, I'm telling it's game changer. Okay, it's game changer. All right, so it says, now let me finish. He had many such jobs and never seemed able to stay with any of them for great length of time. Okay. His problem was that he had a rather large nose and ears that protruded a little more than is normal. So the reason why this guy couldn't stay on the jobs, he will always have different jobs, is because his self-image of himself. Okay? Your self-image is connected to everything that shows up in your life. That job, that relationship, your finances, the people is all connected to how you see yourself. Okay? He considers himself ugly and funny looking. He imagined that the people he came into contact with during the day were laughing at him and talking about him behind his back because he was so odd. See, that's one of the things when you have a low self-esteem, a low self-image. Hey Abby, I remember you. A low self-esteem, a low self-image about yourself. One of the things is you will start thinking that people are talking about you. I remember when I was a kid, and even in my teenage years, when I would see people whispering, I will automatically think that they was talking about me. Because you see, if you criticize yourself behind closed doors, okay, or if your self-talk is a certain type of way behind closed doors, you automatically going to think that other people is doing the same exact thing. They doing the same exact thing to you because that's what you do. Okay. We get what we are, not what we say we want, but what we are. Okay. So he's here thinking, in a book I'm reading from is Psycho Cybernetics, okay, by Maxwell Maltz. Okay. This is the book I'm reading from. Okay. So he hardly felt safe, even in his own home. Now that's something when you feel like you're a prisoner of your own home. Now that's something, okay? The poor man even imagined that his family was ashamed of him. This is all because his self-image, or because how he viewed himself. This is why he think that his family is ashamed of him. The people on the job is talking about him, okay? The poor man even imagined that his family was ashamed of him because he was peculiar, okay, looking, not like other people. Actually, his facial deficiencies were not serious. His nose was of the classical Roman type, and his ears, though somewhat large, attracted no more attention than those of thousands of people with similar ears. In desperation, his family brought him to me to see if I could help him. I saw that he did not need surgery, only an understanding of the fact that his imagination had wrought some havocs with his self-image, that he had lost sight of the truth. He was not really ugly. People did not consider him odd and laugh at him because of his appearance. His imagination alone was responsible for this misery. His imagination had set up an automatic negative failure mechanism within, and it was operating full blast to his extreme misfortune. Fortunately, after several sessions with me and with the help of his family, he was able gradually to realize that the power of his own imagination was responsible. And he succeeded in building up a true self-image and achieving the confidence he needed to applying creative imagination rather than destructive imagination. Dr. Maltz shows how we have goals and are using our imagination, whether we think we are or not. We either use our imagination constructively or destructively. The key is becoming aware of which way you're using yours and improving on it daily. So I remember when I was a kid, right? It would be certain names I would be called, okay? Um, you know, Dino the dog, okay? They would call me a dog, say I look like a dog, and and I would, if you hear something enough of times, okay, especially as a kid, you will start eventually believing it. Okay, especially if there's no one to, cause the adults and the people who love us, our families, they say you don't look like a dog, but it's almost like if you hear it enough times, you believe it, but you have to also be conditioned to tell yourself what you look like. Okay, because if you're not telling yourself what you look like, you'll be listening to other people that tells you what you look like. And if you have been programmed to not say that you are gorgeous, not say that you are beautiful, and I gave this analysis before, that some of us grew up when we would say stuff about ourselves in a mirror. We was told, oh, don't you talk about yourself in that, that high limelight, or don't you talk about yourself like that. You let other people tell you. And that is developing creating for your children to have a very self-esteem about themselves, because then they will start thinking that someone else's words to them is more important than how they perceive themselves, how they think of themselves, and that's really not it. Okay, so you have to tell yourself exactly what it is. And if you hear something enough of times, you have to start reprogramming your mind. Some people have been told that they was rejects when they was a child. And some people are in their 40s and 50s and still hear that voice that they are good for nothing, that they are a reject, that they can't learn, that they are stupid, that they are ugly, that they are good for nothing. Who would want you? Look at your face. You got all these different chatters going on in your mind. And if you do not change the programming, and the only way to change it, and I tell you guys this all the time, and this is what I do. I'm not going to tell you something. I'm not going to tell you something that I don't do. This is what I do. I listen to personal development, okay? And I read the books. I invest in myself. And I read the books. and I apply the books to my life, and I attend seminars. Okay, so these are the things that I tend to do. And so if you want different, you have to become different. You have to do different. And sometimes your family members will say, well, why you going there again? Right? Because you want to change your self-image. You want to change how you are showing up in life. The best place to see about your self-image, how you see yourself and view yourself, is your results. Your results. What you keep on getting. You want to know the best place to see how you feel about yourself is what you get, what your results. And the way to see what you constantly think about all day is your results too. That's how I know I started, changing. Okay. All right. Because I normally I've been doing videos. Okay. And this month alone, my video count right now is, I don't know if it's at, last time I checked, it was, I don't know if it was, I don't know. Wait, 1 second. Let me just see, because I really want you guys to get this. 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I started doing, okay? Because I believe this will help somebody. The person that really want their lives to change, this is going to help you, okay? And I believe in you, so I is going to help you. This is what I started doing, okay? Now, this month, okay, I had put out so far 646 videos. Okay. Now I don't say that to brag or to be I don't say that to brag. The reason I tell you this is this, and this is what I mean about my self-image, how it started changing. Okay. I started listening to Bob Proctor, which I listened to Bob Proctor many times before. Okay. And I also believe it has something to do with me doing a water fast. Okay. But what I started doing was I started being intentional. Okay. That was one, right? I was intentional before, but more so now. Then I eliminated the television. Okay. I don't watch TV. I watched a movie last night, but majority of the time I am reading. Majority of the time. I do not watch television hardly, okay? I am always focusing on how could I move the needle in my direction, okay? All right? So, the steps. This is what I did. One, first thing in the morning, I started waking up early. I started waking up 6 o'clock in the morning. Nowadays, it done went from 6 to now is like 5 o'clock. Okay. That's one. Then two, I got rid of the television. Okay. Got rid of the TV. That's two. Three, what I started doing was I started writing my goals down each and every day. Each and every day, I started writing my goals down. Before all of this, what I had to do was I had to take a look at where I'm currently am. Okay. Now there's a lot of people who want to move from where they currently are, but you don't know where you don't know where you at currently. So you want to move somewhere else. So say for instance, if I say, oh, I'm gonna have 10,000 YouTube subscribers by a certain amount of time, right? Suppose I'm already at 10,000, right? Suppose if I look at, if I don't look at, the stats or whatever it is. Suppose if I don't, if I'm setting that goal for myself, and suppose I'm already at 10,000, okay? That's why you need to know exactly where you are in order for you to know where you're going. You need to know. The same as that concept with relationships, okay? You may say that you want to be in a relationship, right? Okay. Now, if you don't know how you showing up in these relationships, okay, your next relationship would be like your previous one. Okay. And this is why I say this. This is why I say this. If you are blaming every ex that you done had, and you don't know why the relationships didn't work out, you just like, oh, they didn't work out because of them. No, they didn't work out because of you. Okay. Now I know some people, they don't want to hear that. They because they feel as though if they could blame somebody else, that they result somehow is going to change with their next relationship. And I am here to tell you it's not. Okay. But if you say and be honest with yourself, how you showing up in these relationships, okay? How you showing up on these jobs? All those things, it all has to do with your self-image. And so what I started doing was I started writing my goals down each and every morning. I started waking up early in the morning. I started studying each and every day. I started reading the books that I had on my shelf, okay? And rereading them and rereading them. I started applying myself more. I remember I had heard Earl Nightingale, okay? Earl Nightingale. He has a video, and he used to work with Napoleon Hill, okay? Think and Grow Rich. Earl Nightingale used to work with him. And this is the video right here. Right here. Strangest Secret. Okay, this video right here. I remember when I heard Earl Nightingale say this, and I heard him say this. I watched that video a few times, but I heard him say this. He said, do more in this month than you ever done before. And I always would say, dang, I done uploaded 100 and something videos or whatever it was. But I really see it now. I really see it now. Okay. Since this month, I uploaded 600 and something videos. All of that has to do with my self-image, me changing my self-image. Okay. It also has something to do with where am I putting my energy and my focus towards. That's the key. What are you giving your energy to? Because whatever you give your energy to, that's what shall grow. And you can say, no, that's not true. I don't believe that. Let me tell you, my friend, you don't have to believe it. You do not have to believe it. But I am here to tell you, whatever you give your energy to, that's what's going to grow. And if you do not like what's showing up in your life, you have the ability to change it. You are not a tree. What you done paid for in the past, you done paid for that already. You do not have to keep on repaying for it. You have the ability to change your life today. And you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have it all figured out. But what you need to do is make a decision. Make a decision. And I know some of us, we grew up as though we would ask our parents, like, what you think I should do? It's not what they think you should do. It's what you think you should do. You have to make a decision. You know what? I'm changing my life today. And don't even have to know exactly how you're going to do it. But if you focus on it enough times, I'm changing my life, the answers will come to you. Because whatever you seek, ye shall find. Whatever you looking for, honey, I guarantee you shall find it. I guarantee you that. Okay? And so if you want your life to change, it's up to you to do what needs to be done in order for it to change. And let me tell you something. Some fear is going to come up. Okay? That's how it is. Because you've been acting out as this person for so long that you was conditioned to be, that when you go to start changing, you're gonna be met with fear. So I just want to warn you just ahead of time. You're gonna be met with fear. But let me tell you something. It's nothing that a champ like you can't overcome. There's nothing like a champ like you that can't overcome whatever shows up. You can overcome it. You can overcome it. And when the fear do presents itself, talk about it. Or you can tell fear, you can tell anxiety or whatever, get out of here. I don't believe you. You know, I talk to myself. I don't know if some of you guys know that, okay? But I talk to myself. And I tell you guys that openly, okay? I talk to myself, all right? All this notion, oh, don't talk to yourself. If you talk to yourself, you know, you crazy and all this other stuff, honey. I wonder who said that, okay? All right? So I talk to myself. And you got to understand that when you hear those conversations, okay, in your mind, they say, you know, a lot of people normally call it the monkey in the mind, okay? You can tell it that chatter shut up, okay? Because I know I do. I know I do, okay? You can tell it to shut up, to get out of here. It's not true. What it's telling you is all lies, okay? Because you have chatter going on in your mind from years ago. Every time you get ready to do something different, the chatter start talking to you. Girl, you know you can't do that. Girl, you making these videos and you gonna start earning a certain amount of money. You know you gonna be off Section 8, then what? You know, like all this stuff that start talking, and you gotta be able to tell that voice to shut up. And tell that voice, I know everything is working in my favor. I know it's all coming together for the greater good. Because the truth of the matter, it is coming together for the greater good for you. You have to know that it's coming together for the greater good of you. And another thing, when you start changing, the people that you are around, you're going to have to leave and then go back. Okay? I'm here to tell you. Your family, you're going to have to leave them and then go back. Because they're not going to understand it. And in some cases, it may seem like every time you turn around, there's an argument or there's a disagreement every time you turn around. And the reason being is because you're going against the programming. You going against, you know, it's like our family members been practicing this same exact tradition for so long, okay? And even though they see that it's not working, they are afraid to change it. They are afraid. Even though they see that it's not working in their lives, they are afraid to change it. And so you're going to have to leave and then go back. Because staying here is the easiest thing to do is then to leave and then go back. And it's not that our family members don't want change. They don't want to be changed. And by you being around, is like you almost showing them up. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, you changing and stuff like that. And in so many words without you actually saying is, okay, it's like I'm able to change why you're not. And so you're gonna have to leave and then go back. That would be the best thing that you can do. I went through it with my family. Okay, you're gonna have to leave and go back. And then every time you turn around, it's like, oh my goodness, this always is an argument. That's because you're going against the belief systems. And they mean love. Okay. Yeah, our families, they mean love. Okay. They really sincerely mean love. And they really want you to win. You know, it's not that they don't want you to win. Don't ever think, well, they don't want me to win. No, they really do want you to win. They do want you to win. But the thing about it is, if you stay, okay, it's almost like you. I have a book in my closet, and it's my favorite read. It's called The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power by Vernon Howard. And in that book, it talks about how can a prisoner escape prison that he don't know that he's in. Okay. And it gives the analysis of these prisoners being in this prison. And every time they turn around, it's like big shadows that the prisoners see. And they get afraid. And one prisoner, he just gets sick and tired of being infused with fear. So he said, shit, let me get the hell out of here. Okay. He said, I don't care what's gonna happen. You know, you ever get like that? You say, I'm sick of this fear. So I'm gonna do something different. Whatever's gonna happen to me, it's just gonna have to happen. Okay. You get sick and tired living like that. You get sick and tired living like a goddamn prisoner. And so this one prisoner, he escapes. And one of the things Vernon Howard says, the author of the book, he says, now by that prisoner escaping, suppose he was to go back to tell the other prisoner, because when the prisoner escaped, he seemed like, oh my goodness, this is so gorgeous, right? But he had to go through that. He had to see that the fear that was being presented, it was really nothing. Okay? It was really nothing. But if he didn't challenge it, he would have just stayed like the rest of the prisoners in a prison. And then Vernon Howard says, suppose the prisoner go back and tell the other prisoners, it's nothing to fear. Everything's working out. It's so beautiful on the other side. Vernon Howard said those other prisoners would ridicule, because they would ridicule the guy who escaped, the prisoner who escaped. They would ridicule him because it's like, we've been believing in this and for so long. They'll start thinking that something was wrong with them. So instead, what they do is they reverse it. They want you to think something wrong with you. Because isn't it easier for you to blame somebody else as opposed to taking accountability? Isn't it easier? Isn't it easier to say, well, this person, they was responsible for my life going in the direction that it's going in? Some people blame God. They say, oh, well, God is the cause of this. When you the creator of your damn reality. They say, look at the way I was brought up. You 50 years old. You still talking about look at the way you was brought up? You still talking about your mama and your daddy? You 50 years old. Even if you 20 something years old. What happened to you? Okay, first of all, I really want you guys to understand and get this too. Okay, what happened for you, it was not for you. Now, some may say, what the hell you mean it wasn't for me? I'm the one who been through it and went through it. Yeah, you been through it and went through it, but it was not for you. See, if you don't heal yourself from whatever it is that you was faced with, How could you inspire other people that there's a better way? What we go through, it is not to defeat us or to destroy us unless you allow it to. It is for you to look at those things and say, you know what? I've been through this. I've gone through this. I'm growing through this. This was an experience that I've been through, but I'm stronger than this thing. And start healing yourself. But the first place, you have to take accountability. Because if not, you're going to keep on going through the same exact circumstances. Because you believe is out there that's happening. You don't look and start saying, no, it's in here. Is in me. Is in me. That's what how I am the one that's shaping my reality. Okay, reality is an illusion. Okay, that's why we all have different perceptions. But you are the one that's shaping your reality. Okay, and if you shaping it in one way and you do not like that way, you could shape it into another way. But as long as you saying that they the cause, this person to blame, you are waiting for somebody else to come and save you. And honey, I am here to tell you. Could you look in my eyes, okay, honey? I am here to tell you, okay? Look in my eyes very clear, okay? I am here to no one's coming to save you, okay? No one is coming to save you, okay? Like, listen, I want you to get this. No one is coming to save. No one. No one. So if you wait and you like, oh, well, I want them. They not coming. It's not coming. Okay? It's really not coming. And I want you to get that. I want you to get that. Because because what's going to wind up happening is you're going to go, hey, Philip, Peace baby, peace. You're going to go through life and you're going to keep on thinking that someone or something is coming to save you. And you're wasting your whole life. You're wasting your whole damn life. Because you have this idea going on in your mind that, oh, somebody's coming to save me. Or, oh, that next relationship is going to be different. Or, oh, my parents, they're going to apologize to me. It's easier if you just do the work on yourself. It's easier to do the work on yourself as opposed to looking for an apology. Because people don't apologize because why would they apologize? If I think I did nothing wrong, why would I apologize to you? If hey Tracy, peace to you, baby, peace to you, peace to you. If I was programmed to live this way, and it's a part of me that know perhaps the programming is something don't seem right, but I'm just going to stick with it because perhaps my mama or my daddy told me this program and taught me this program, and the society, your culture taught you this programming. And if I think this is the way things are supposed to be, why would I apologize to you? That wouldn't make no sense, friend. Do I have a book? What you mean do I have a book? Oh, the notes in a book that I wrote down, they just was my goals. My goals that I write every day. That's what that was. So but why would I apologize to you? That don't make sense. If someone feels like they didn't do anything wrong, why I'm gonna say sorry to you? And oh, you I could show you the books I have on my bed. I can show you the I can show you the books I have. Is it Taekwon? Taekwon? I can show you the books I have. All right, so this is the first one up. The same exact book, Psycho Cybernetics. Okay. The next book, Mastery of Love. This book is going. Let me tell you something about Mastery of Love. Okay, by Don Miguel. So Don Miguel, he's the same exact author of the Four Agreements. Okay. Be impeccable with your words. Take nothing personal. I'm trying to think of the next two. Okay. But if you are trying to understand why you couldn't receive the love that you wanted when you was a child, I would highly recommend this book. Highly, highly recommend this book. Okay? Highly recommend it. Because it talks about how we was domesticated. Okay? Then the next book I have on my bed is Trust. Okay? By Miss Iyanla Vanzant. Okay? Taekwon. Okay, Taekwon. Is it Taekwon? This the next book. Learn to trust in self, trust in God, trust in others, trust in life. Okay? This book is really good. Okay? You know, like you got a sister, okay? That's a thief. I mean, this girl, she's still everything. Okay? She is still your goddamn drawers if she could. Okay? Oh, I showed 3 books. I'm gonna show you the other 3 books, okay, that I have on my bed. But Trust, it's like trust people. That's my cousin. Oh my goodness. The first was Psycho Cybernetics. Um, you have a sister that just steal. I mean, it's like a hobby. Okay, every time she come to your house, she just steal it. She steal everything, and it's really unkind for you to say. First of all, sometimes, all right, if you know she's a thief, you have one or two options. Okay, you could constantly allow her to keep on stealing in your house, and then say, well, why you keep goddamn stealing? What she's you know she a thief, okay? So why would you ask those questions? Why do you keep stealing when you know she's a thief? I mean, it's not rocket science, okay? If you know she a thief, you have one or two choices. Don't let her in. Don't let her in. Okay? If she steals like that, do not let her in. Because she's going to keep on stealing. And by you saying to her, why she still, or calling your mama up, calling your mama and saying, Ma, you know she done stole again? Because I used to do this shit. Not thieving. Okay? I would call my mama. Okay? When my oldest daughter would be stealing. Okay? And I would say, why you keep stealing? Right? And I would leave my door open. All right? And she would just say, I remember one time, and I love my children, okay? I love my children. But I remember one time, my oldest daughter, she went to go stay with her father. because I said, she want to do her own little thing, okay? And I said, boo, you could do your own little thing, but not up in here, okay? So she went to, not her father, she went to go stay with the father girlfriend. And what wound up happening was, I had went to go buy a car, right? And my oldest daughter, she was with me, and my oldest son. And I didn't wear makeup in a while at this particular time, But I had like a bunch of makeup, okay? And because this lady, who is related to my brother, she had signed me up for Mary Kay so I could start selling Mary Kay. And it was some beautiful makeup, right? And I haven't worn that makeup in a while, but it was one particular day, I just got a ride. Okay. I just brought my car, okay, with cash. Okay. All the cars I normally buy with cash. Okay. This next car is gonna be with cash too. It's gonna be from this YouTube check. Okay. Just saying, okay. Just putting it out there. Okay. But that day everything was good. Oh, okay. I appreciate that. So everything was good. We went out that night. Well, I drove around, because let me tell you something. So when a car come, just know that we gonna be out and about, honey. I don't know where I'm gonna wind up at, but we gonna be out and about, okay? Every time you turn around, you gonna say, God damn, where you at now? Okay? Because that's what my mother, she would say, you go, you be all over. Okay. So listen. So I was, this one particular day I had, we had fun. We don't win out. Okay. I'm driving all around the world. Okay. Coming to a city near you. All right. All right. So I had the next day, I had went into the vanity to look for the makeup, right? Because I'm gonna be decked out. Now I'm decked out already, but I'm gonna be even more decked out, right? So I'm looking for the makeup and stuff like that, and I'm like, so I asked my oldest daughter. I said, "Did you see that makeup?" And she was like, "No." And I said, "You sure?" And she was like, "No, I didn't see it." Now, the only people that was here was me, my oldest son, my oldest daughter. She was coming back on the weekends, and then my two youngest children. So it's nobody else that would be in here that would be wearing makeup, right? So something told me, like, my intuition was like, send a message to her father, right? So I sent a message, and I was like, have you happened to see any makeup around, right? And he was like, oh yeah. He was like, our daughter, she had all the makeup brushes, the makeup, everything in her book bag, okay? And I felt something. I was really like, damn, really? You stole it? So what happened was, a part of me, this is one of the things that I noticed at times I do, okay? A part of me was like, oh, because I told her father, I was like, you know what, I'm about to drop her back off. Like, she doing this, I'm dropping her back off. And then a part of me was like, no, because she gonna beat it. Like, it was like all these different things. And then one of the things I had to say is, if you do the same, you shall receive the same. If you see that someone is doing certain things, in order for them, now they may not stop thieving, okay? All right. Now my older, she don't do it now. Okay, this was a few years ago. But they may not stop thieving. Okay? But goddamn it, they ain't gonna thieve around you. Okay, they not gonna be stealing around you, because why? Because then you have, see, sometimes you have to understand, it's not even tough love, But loving people from afar, sometimes that's the best way. Because if you are constantly around them and you want them to change and you see that they don't see nothing wrong with what they do, okay? It needs to be a consequence. And the consequence is you shall not be around me. Okay? Because I value me. And I'm not gonna allow somebody who's constantly stealing or someone who's constantly, talking to me disrespectful or whatever. I'm not gonna allow that. Because if I don't do it, why would I allow someone else to do it? And so oftentimes what we may tolerate is because what we do already to ourselves. Okay. So like, if you have somebody around you calling you all types of names and then you just accept it, it's because you behind closed doors, that's how you treat yourself. That's how you treat yourself. Like this one person, whenever he would feel some type of way and start acting crazy, I just block him. I keep him on block until I keep him on block until I can and until I'm ready to take him on. And that's the power you have. You have that goddamn power. No, you have that power. Let me tell you something. You have that power. Let me tell you, okay? If you whatever you accept, they're gonna keep on doing because they think it's normal. And sometimes you may say, "Oh, this person just blowing my phone up." This person, or sometimes the other day I gave this analysis. Somebody could cuss you out. I mean, cuss you out every which way to Sunday. I mean, curse you out something fierce, and then you say, and then the next a few days go past. They ask you, "Do you want to go out to eat?" And you be looking, but then you say yeah. You say yeah. Why would they change it? Why would they start respecting you? Because the only thing they know is they could just tell you that they want to. Do you want to go out to eat? Okay. Your self-respect is equated to a meal. I mean, that's something. Okay. I remember mine used to be that way. Okay. I remember mine used to be that way. But let me tell you, you as long as you allow it, they will continuously do it. Like my children father the other day, I asked him a question. He upset. I said, "God damn, it was just a question, my brother." All right. And he got all bent up out of shape. Okay. All right. I said, "Oh, make sure you have a nice day, because you deserve it." Right. But then he had asked me a question, you know, like he one day, "Oh, do you want to go on vacation with me and the children?" And at first I was like, "Oh, this would be good, because it'll give me time to make content." Then I had to come to my goddamn senses. I said, "Hold on, goddamn it. Hold on. Wait one damn minute, Dina. Okay? Wait 1 minute. No, you shall not. Okay? Don't you know you finna be monetized? Okay? And Source gonna take care of you. And that's going to be good content. Because that way you're gonna be doing it on your own time. Okay? You're gonna be going where you wanna go. Okay, ain't no stress. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I like me a stress-free goddamn life. Okay. Now I'm not saying you're not gonna go with obstacles. Let me just put that out there, because you're gonna go, you're gonna be faced with something. Okay, but obstacles are opportunities. Okay, just get there. Obstacles are opportunities. But I had to say, "Oh hell to the no." Okay, my children were so happy saying, "Oh yeah, 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 come." And I said, I told them, I said, "Yeah, okay, I go." And then I had to send them a message. I'm not going. I'm not going. No. Because what you allow, they will think that that is okay. I'm gonna share a story with you guys, okay? I remember I told you guys I had a good friend, right? It was a guy friend. And I remember when I would do the cat and mouse game with guys, okay? I would settle and pretty much I would like I would want them to be what I wanted them to be cuz I was impatient, okay? And so I remember my good friend. Now this guy, he was me and him started talking, but he was very he was insecure and so was I, okay, because that's how I attracted him. But I remember I all right, so I had just started working on this job, right? And I met this guy. That's where most of my relationships would come from when I was working on the job, okay? And I remember me and this guy, we started talking, whatever, and shortly after we started dating. And this one particular day, it was this guy's birthday. And so I went like all out. Okay. At that time I had two children. I was insecure. I felt like, who gonna want me? I got two children and all this other stuff. Just the mindset. Okay. And honey, let me tell you something. If you have children, some is somebody out there for you. Okay, let me just say that. Okay. Is somebody out there for you. And who's gonna want you? You're gonna want you. Okay, you're gonna want you. And from you wanting you, you will attract somebody else that want themselves and then they want you. Okay. But you're going to want you. That's where it starts from. So this guy, right? So this guy, I'm talking to him and everything. I got me, a fresh whip, okay, fresh car. You get what I'm saying? And I have my own money and stuff like that, right? My own apartment. And I remember it was his birthday. And so I went all out. I asked him like what he wanted for his birthday. He was like he wants some sneakers. I had went to this place in New York called Kith. Um, is it? I think it's Kith. Okay, so they have like designer sneakers and stuff like that. It's in New York, right? And they sneakers. Some of the sneakers they could go up to. Some sneakers could be like 200 and up, okay, or 100 and up, right? So I asked him like what he wanted. He told me he wanted some sneakers, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take him out, whatever. So on our way to New York, he had got a phone call, right? And he was driving my car, and I was like in a passenger seat, and he was driving, and it was a chick who called him, and she was pretty much saying to him like, oh, when the next time I'm gonna see you? And he was like, I don't know. In my car. And so he had so the girl's like, he's like, I don't know. Mind you, me and him in a relationship. He's driving my car. I'm on my way. We on our way to New York for me to go buy him some sneak, whatever, right? Self-esteem, honey, okay? Yeah, honey, yeah, Tracy, well, girl, okay? So what happened was we driving over there and he's still on the phone with the chick. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you still on the phone with her? And he's like, she said, when I'm gonna see you? He's like, I don't know. And she's like, cause you busy. You always be busy, Mr. Busy, or something like that. And I was like, oh my goodness. But me at that time, I still did the dumbest shit. Took him, still brought the damn sneakers that was $100 and something. Yep, sure did. And then also took his ass out to eat to Red Lobster. Sure did. Okay. And I remember we had went back to his house, and somebody in his family, they was like having a party or something, like a cookout that night. And his sister was saying to him, like, "How you getting over back to New York or whatever?" And he was like in there, like pointing to my car. And I was livid. Like I think I was more livid because after the dumb shit that I just did. Like I done brought this after I heard him on the phone with some chick, like I was just livid, right? So I had a good homeboy, okay, who was older than me. And me and him used to work together. And I had called my homeboy and I was explaining to him like what happened. And so he was like, this is the same exact homeboy who told me, he was like, Dina, if you keep going this way, when you get in your 30s, you never gonna know what love feels like. So this day I was like pissed off, right? And I called my homeboy and I let him know exactly what was going on. And he was like, I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. He was like, but you don't fuck this up. He was like, because if you do, you're gonna keep getting the same exact thing that you've been getting. So that night was the party, right? At his family house in New York. And my homeboy was like, don't go. Like, don't you go to that. And so that the night came. Yes, honey. That's what I'm saying. When you experience certain things, it's like you already know what you've been through. So now you now have the ability to focus on what you want. Like, oh, I know I've been through that. So now let me focus on what I really want, right? And that's the beauty of life because we get to choose. I've been through that. Nope, this is exactly how I want my next guy to be, right? Loyal, okay, self-mastering himself, confident, like so whatever you've been through, don't beat yourself up, right? Just you acknowledge it and say, you know what, I knew I could have did better, okay, because I knew I could have did better, okay, but I'm doing better now, okay. So what happened was, so my homeboy was like, um send him a message because he still was thinking, oh boy, he still was thinking that he was going to take my car to New York, right? And so what happened was this. That night came and he sent me a message. And I guess he was so accustomed to doing this stuff that he didn't even see nothing wrong with it. It was almost like, have somebody do something and they really they really believe is nothing wrong with it. They in their mind, and you could be like, what the hell? Like, what's wrong with? And they, honey, they are oblivious. They really believe nothing is wrong. So that night came, he sent me a message like nothing was wrong. Like everything was fine. Never mind, he was on the phone with old girl in my car. Never mind, he was pointing to my car as if to say, like, oh, this is his shit. Never mind that. In his mind, it was okay. So my homeboy said, he was like, this is what you gonna do. So he gave me the game. Sort of like radio silence. And me and a guy, me and him, we worked together. But we was on different schedules. So he said, we was on different schedules. So he was like, my homeboy, he said, he's going to call you. He was like, don't answer the phone. He said, what was the last thing that the guy said, right? So I told my homeboy, I said, oh, he said, like, what time was I coming and stuff like that. And he was like, send him a message like, I don't know what time I'm coming, Mr. Busybody, right? To just let him know, like, oh, this is what from the old girl. You remember old girl said, Mr. Busybody? Oh, I don't know what time I'm coming, Mr. Busybody, right? But I guess that went over his head too. So throughout the night, I done went on a date. Okay, I said, "Fuck this." Okay, honey got real cute. I said, you know what? Let me take my ass on a date. And honey, I was in New York my damn self. Okay, I done went to New York, went to the African restaurant and everything. Okay, and and it was a guy that I used to date before. And so what happened was he was sending me text messages saying, "Oh, I really wish you was here. Like, I love you." And I said, what is this? Like, because I never, I mean, I experienced some cheaters, but god damn it, nothing like this, you know? And I said, what the hell type of mess is this? So the next day, okay, he was calling me, sending me text messages. I would talk to my homeboy. My homeboy would be like, do not answer his text messages. Don't call him back. He was like, he gonna start blowing your phone up. And for sure, he was blowing my phone up. Oh, making all excuses. Oh, I just want to know if me and you still together and all this other stuff. And then at one point I started panicking because I was like, oh my goodness, you know, I never had this before, you know. I never had this before. So my homeboy was like, I'm telling you, don't text him, don't call him. You know, when you see him at work, just act like just act like you cool. Like, you know, like, oh, you did what you did. I'm all right with it. I mean, I'm not with you no more, so we good, right? And so he just kept blowing me up, kept blowing me up. And this is why I say don't chase. Because if you chase, anything you chase is gonna run further from you. Okay. And when you putting out that clingy chasing energy, that person, why would they value you? Because if you know who you are, you ain't gotta chase. Okay. You know that you are the goddamn star. Okay. You the damn star. All right. And you ain't got to do all that extra stuff. So what happened was he just kept on doing, like, you know, blowing me up, whatever it was. So then this went on for like about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay. And what happened was after the 2 weeks, then my homeboy, he was like, you know, if you want to talk to him, whatever, he was like, you could talk to him, whatever. So man started talking back again, and he was on his best behavior. He was on his best behavior until, like, whatever, if he was doing something, I never seen it. I never seen it until like it was towards the ending of our relationship. I started seeing shit, right? Like certain things wasn't adding up. But yeah, you know, so I'm telling you, if you have a low self-esteem, you're gonna attract somebody who has a low self-esteem. And the reason why, and not making excuses for them, but the reason why they may be messing with this one, messing with that one, messing with that one, because they have a low self-esteem. One person for them is not enough. See, you thinking like, oh, I'm gonna give this person the world. If this person think that they own self isn't good enough, why would they think that you are good enough? They're not gonna look at it like that. They're gonna think of it like, you know what? This person gonna give me something. This person gonna give me. They gonna be, you know, is one person won't be able to satisfy them. And so that's why you have to start doing the work on yourself and doing self mastery. I remember I had this passenger in my car, and oh my goodness, this guy, he was very handsome. He was a Leo. Well, he's a Leo. I had this passenger, and this passenger very nice looking, very handsome. And I noticed when he had got in my car, like me and him was talking, but his phone kept on ringing, right? And like the first time it rang, he was like, "Oh, that's my I think he said that's his wife or his baby mother or something." And I was like, "Oh, you know, like that's cool. You know, I'm driving you to work or driving you wherever." At that time, he was going to work. And he was like, oh, she keep calling because she know that you a female driver. So me and him started talking, like just regular, talk or whatever. And he was saying like him and a lady, him and his girlfriend, she like they will agree to have, I don't know if it's kids on here, but they will agree to have, different types of relationships. Okay, if you know what I mean. And she will agree to that because she like her self-esteem was low. They both like she grew up in a foster home, but now like she was a bank teller, like had a real good job. He was telling me. And he grew up like his mother had went to jail like when he was young and stuff like that. So he had to live with I think his grandparents. And then later on he had went to go stay with, I don't know if it was his father, but he was from Jamaica. And his mother got caught with selling drugs and stuff. So what wound up happening was the girl just kept blowing his phone up. And he was like, she gonna keep on calling me until she know that I'm out the car. So it was certain things like I could already tell. Like one of the things I said to him, because he was like, he was telling me he was like he would mess with all types of women, like so many different women he would mess with and stuff. And then the girl who he was with, she would find out that he was messing with all these different women. And then it was to the point where so she got like sick and tired of him cheating, so she just joined it. She joined. So then after that, like she came to a conclusion, like it's either you gonna keep on doing this or I'm done, right? Because I guess she had enough of it. So I asked the guy, I was like, "You had abandonment issues?" And he was like, "Yeah," because I could tell because for him to be seeking or messing with all these different women, it showed that he had some form of abandonment issues. And that's when he was telling me like, oh, his mother had went to jail when he was a kid, whatever, all these different things and stuff like that. So, oftentimes we say, well, this person, they just keep doing all these different things. And I'm not making excuses for them, okay? But one of the things you have to understand is this. If people feel like they are unworthy, that they don't deserve love, or because it stems from childhood. If they feel like, well, my own dear mother was in there, so why would I trust females, right? Or whatever. Or some women may say, why would I trust men? Or, you tend to look for your parents in these relationships that you tend to get into. Okay? Okay? Mastery of love. This is gonna be your saver. Yeah. Okay, you looking for somebody to come save you? Okay? All right, now nobody is coming to save you. But if you just want to start changing, your outlook on life, I highly recommend this book. Okay, I highly recommend this book. When I started reading this book, the relationship that I was in, I started looking at the person like, you can't give me what I was looking for. Like I started looking at them like that. Because then I started understanding like I've been thinking all this time you was gonna be able to do this and you was gonna be able to do that. The real person I was looking for, it was for me. So this book, The Way to Love. Now this book right here, okay, by Anthony DeMello. This book is really, really good. Okay. This book is really, really good. Okay. Talks about attachments, how to let go. Okay. How to stop looking for love outside yourself. Really, really good. And this book, okay, the Prosperity Bible. And then this book, which you guys not going to be able to, but this is The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Could you guys see it? Or which way? I'm trying to see. I'm like, how the hell? So this book right here, The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy, really, really good. Okay, so it's been real, like Holyfield. Honey, I've been on here for an hour and 25 minutes. Did I tell you guys we almost monetized? Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay. So yeah, so I catch you guys on the next one. I'll probably come back on here later on tonight. I'm trying to see. Um, yeah, I'll probably come back on here later on tonight. Uh Tracy, but you got the Prosperity Bible, right? Yeah, Taekwon, she ain't really want that, but she agreed with it because I guess she felt like she couldn't get nothing better. Yeah, digital. I know. All right, family. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and we are doing the work. Okay, we doing the work on ourselves. We're not just gonna get the books. Okay, we gonna read the books. Okay, and then from reading, we gonna apply the books. Okay, we gonna apply the books to our lives. And I just really want you guys out there to know that you can change it. Like, what the cards, the hand that you was dealt, right? You could shuffle and get another hand. Like I really want you to get there and understand it. Like just maybe up until now your life was a certain type of way. It felt like you was in hell. Okay. The coming years it could feel heaven. It could feel like you're in heaven. And that's really what it is. Like change your perception. Know that you're not sentenced to this life. Okay, the life that you have been choosing to live, you're not sentenced to it. You can move at any given time, and that's really what I want for you guys, because I know if I can change my life, I know that it's possible for anybody else out there. And I don't give a damn what you've been through, what it looked like up until this point. You have the ability to do so. Why? Because you're a dope ass creator. That's why. You're a creator. And once you understand it, you start understanding that I get to create my life. Yep, you sure do. You get to create whatever type of life it is that you want to create. Remember, as a man thinketh, okay, by James Allen. He who say he can, can. He who say he can't. Is all according to what you say about yourself. So until next time, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.